Welcome back to Brainy Facts. Today we're performing a little bit of relationship surgery. We're talking about the M word. No, not Minecraft, marriage. Specifically, we're looking at why your boyfriend, the guy who thinks planning for the future means deciding what to order for dinner, hasn't popped the question yet. You've been together for years, you know his mother's birthday, his dog loves you more than him, and you've basically curated his entire wardrobe so he doesn't look like a walking laundry basket. So why the delay? It's simple, really. Most men don't move toward commitment because they are inspired by a Pinterest board of flower arrangements. They move because of a little thing called loss aversion. In plain English, he's currently enjoying a full access pass to your life while paying the basic subscription price. If you want him to realize he needs to marry you, he doesn't need more of your wifely services. He actually needs to lose a few things first. Buckle up. Here are the 3 things he needs to lose before he realizes he can't live without you. The first thing he needs to lose is the safety net. Ladies, let's be real. You've become his unpaid chief operating officer. If he loses his keys, you find them. If he's stressed at work, you're his 2 a.m. therapist. If he forgets his sister's wedding, you're the one buying the gift and signing his name in cursive. You think you're proving how great of a wife you'd be, but from a guy's perspective, you're just proving that he already has a wife without having to sign the contract or buy the rock. Why would he buy the car if you're letting him take it on a cross-country road trip every weekend for free? He's got the wife light experience. It's like a free trial that never expires. To break this cycle, he needs to feel the draft. He needs to realize that your emotional labor is a premium feature, not a default setting. Stop being the 24/7 crisis manager. When his life gets a little messy because he didn't plan ahead, don't rush in with a mop and a smile. Let it be a little messy. If he calls you at the last minute because his Saturday night plans fell through, don't drop everything. Tell him, "Oh, that's a bummer. I've actually got plans with the girls. Catch you later." Look at that face. That is the face of a man who just realized he isn't the sun at the center of your solar system. When he loses the security of knowing you'll always be there to catch his falls, his brain starts to itch. He starts thinking, wait, if she's not here fixing my life, where is she? And more importantly, who is she with? He needs to lose the safety net to realize that without you, his life is a lot more disorganized and a lot less fun. You aren't being mean, you're being unavailable for exploitation. There's a difference. Next up, he needs to lose the illusion of options. We live in the era of the next best thing. Between Instagram and Tinder, men have been conditioned to believe that there is always a software update available. He likes you, he might even love you, but there's a tiny, annoying voice in the back of his lizard brain saying, but what if there's someone just as great who also likes Star Wars and doesn't mind if I leave my socks on the dining table? Sarcasm aside, this is the paradox of choice. When you make it too obvious that you are 100% locked in while he's still exploring the menu, he starts to view you as a commodity, a given. To get him to the altar, he needs to lose the arrogant belief that he is the one doing you a favor by sticking around. Now, I'm not saying you should go out and flirt with his best friend. That's low-tier drama. We're brainy facts. We do high-tier psychology. He needs to see that you know you have options. Not because you're looking, but because you are a high-value woman who exists in the world. Stop narrating your entire day to him. When you go out, don't send him 500 photos of your salad. Let him wonder a little bit. When you look incredible, which, let's face it, you do, don't just do it for him. Do it for you. When he sees other people noticing you, it triggers a biological reset. Suddenly, the unlimited options he thought he had out there in the digital void don't look so good compared to the very real, very high-value woman right in front of him who might just decide she's had enough of his maybe attitude. He needs to realize that more is not better. He needs to lose the FOMO and replace it with the fear of missing you. But wait. There's one more thing he needs to lose, and it's the biggest hurdle of them all. It's the thing that keeps most men commitment phobic for a decade. Stay tuned for next part where we talk about the one thing he's terrified of losing and how you're going to help him let go of it so he can finally grab the ring. Welcome back. If you're still here, congratulations. You're officially playing chess while half the dating world is eating the pieces. So far, we covered why he needs to lose the safety net and the illusion of endless options. Now we're getting to the final boss. This is the one thing that actually stops men from proposing. Not money, not timing, not "I'm just not ready yet." Those are excuses. The third thing he needs to lose is his identity as a free man. And yes, this is where it gets real. The third thing. He needs to lose the single guy identity. Let me translate male psychology for a second. When a man thinks about marriage, he doesn't just think about gaining a wife, he thinks about losing a version of himself. The guy who can disappear for 8 hours playing video games. The guy who makes impulsive decisions without explaining himself. The guy whose biggest responsibility is remembering where he left his phone charger. Marriage, in his mind, feels like an identity death. And men fear identity loss more than almost anything else. Here's the mistake many women make. They try to reassure him. They say things like, "You won't lose your freedom. I won't change you. Marriage won't really change anything." From a male brain perspective, that sounds nice, but it also sounds unbelievable because deep down, he knows something will change. So instead of reassuring him, you need to do something far more powerful. You need to make him realize that he's already changing and he likes the man he's becoming with you. Why men commit when they like who they are with you? Men don't marry women who pressure them. They marry women who upgrade their identity. Here's the mental shift that triggers commitment. I'm a better man when she's in my life. Not more controlled, not more managed, better. He starts sleeping better. He starts handling problems instead of avoiding them. He starts thinking long term, not because you asked him to, but because it feels natural. That's when marriage stops feeling like a cage and starts feeling like a power move. But this only happens when you stop mothering him and start respecting him as a man, the subtle move that makes him choose commitment. Here's where the magic happens. You stop talking about marriage, you stop hinting, you stop checking the temperature of the relationship every month, and instead you start living like a woman who expects alignment, not persuasion. You don't threaten to leave, you don't give ultimatums, you don't play emotional chess, you simply require clarity in how your life is structured. That looks like you make plans without waiting for him. You invest in your own future, goals, routines, friendships. You stop pausing your life to accommodate his indecision, and something fascinating happens. He doesn't feel pressured. He feels left behind, not abandoned, displaced. That's when his brain flips the script, the moment his fear switches. Remember loss aversion? Here's the final form of it. At some point, he looks at his life and realizes, if I don't choose her, I don't just lose her. I lose the version of myself I became with her. That's the moment men propose, not when they're convinced, not when they're argued into it, but when the idea of losing you feels more painful than losing the old version of themselves. Marriage stops being a sacrifice. It becomes self-preservation. The truth most people won't tell you. If a man hasn't proposed, it's rarely because he doesn't love you. It's because he hasn't lost enough yet. No discomfort, no urgency, no identity shift. Your power isn't in doing more. It's in doing less, strategically, less rescuing, less over-explaining, less emotional over-investment before commitment. When he loses the safety net, the illusion of endless options, and the old identity that no longer fits, marriage stops being scary. It becomes obvious. If this hit uncomfortably close to home, good. That means it worked. If you want more psychology-backed truths men don't say out loud, you already know what to do. Subscribe to Brainy Facts. We don't chase, we don't beg, we understand the game and win it. See you in the next video.